the people who came to see me were people who had already kind of gone through and seen a conventional gastroenterologist, maybe worked with their primary care physician, or maybe another integrative practitioner, and were diagnosed with SIBO, or maybe were led to, consider something like SIBO. And as I'm sure you've seen in your practice, this can be a really nuanced condition. And I like to say that I don't know a lot about anything except for this because of a very obsessive personality. So I've spent a lot of time learning just about this. So I really had the opportunity to take my neurospiciness and apply it into hopefully helping people with just this. So a lot of people who had already been through a lot of treatment rounds, highly educated on this condition often, or
Okay.
we're
Yeah.
looking just for a different approach or to kind of bounce some ideas off of. There are definitely kind of some common patterns and frustrations that I saw. I would say one I touched on before, relapses. I would say I think the data is a little bit varied based on the research you look at, but about two-thirds of patients relapse within about the first 3 to 6 months, which is tough. And I think that's why this integrative approach is great. That's really looking at these root causes so we can hopefully do everything we can to prevent that relapse.
Yeah.
Additionally, maybe two other things would be long-term low FODMAP diets. And I feel like you and I could probably like do a whole talk on low FODMAP diets. And then the last thing, which I think is like maybe how I've shifted my mind a lot in the last year, especially, is um, this idea that we used to think that you really just have to do continuous kill protocols. And it's always about killing or starving or reducing. And I have shifted my mind towards thinking about it more about balance. If we really think about SIBO, EMO, ESO as dysbiosis, how do we nourish the good guys and support a terrain and an environment to have more of a lasting balance?
And that just totally aligns with the Integrative Cancer Conference that I was just at, the Bell and Jansky Integrative Cancer Conference, because they're looking at cancer as a terrain issue as well. Like you can't just chop off the tops of the cancer or just hit the tumor because there's cancer stem cells that just sit dormant waiting to come back if the terrain is not correctly and appropriately addressed.
Oh my gosh, I would love to pick your brain on that topic. And I feel like it's got to be true for a lot of things in health, right? We a quick fix would be great, but sadly, we don't have that for pretty much anything in life.
Pretty
Anything that
much.
really really is worthwhile doing.